Hi, my name is Bellock Jr. I'm just a humble kid from Lumbridge. Nothing really too exciting goes on around here. A lot of adventurers set off on their journeys. But for me, Lumbridge has everything I could ever need. There's lots of things to do, and I'm here with my dad. He's an archaeologist. My favourite activity is chopping trees. There's plenty even within the castle walls, but scattered throughout Lumbridge and along the River Lum. I like chopping them within the castle walls, as sometimes my buddy Hans watches me while I do it. He's always telling me how long I've been around Lumbridge. Sometimes I go fishing with my friends to the south. There's always new adventurers catching their first fish, wearing wonderful items that come from lands far away, and I can cook the shrimp and take it to my dad, who's probably working within the swamp or in a mine site nearby. We both love shrimp, but I think he's looking forward to when I can catch him something a bit tastier. That's okay, we've got our whole lives together to look forward to better meals. When I visited him at the mine site, he taught me how to use a pickaxe to extract the ore from the rocks. So far I can mine copper and I can mine tin. And they're not just useless lumps of metal either. More knowledge passed down to me from my dad. If I'm careful, I can take the copper and tin and smelt them into a bronze bar in the furnace in Lumbridge. Taking those bronze bars to an anvil, I can hammer them into any bit of bronze equipment I like, provided I'm skillful enough to do so. I still remember the first bronze dagger I ever made. I made a few bronze daggers, I made a bronze mace, and a bronze axe, and I took them to our family friends at the general store and sold them for my first ever earned gold pieces. Living in Lumbridge sure is amazing. I hope nothing ever changes. It was here that things took an unfortunate turn. Given that I knew how to catch my own shrimp and make some money if I needed it, my dad took a job to the north and went to gather information at a place called the Ferox Enclave. Apparently there was a large archaeological dig happening, and the Duke of Lumbridge recommended him for it. It was going to be a big break and a lot of money coming in for our family. And he took the job and just went to get some information, but said he'd be back in a few days. Unfortunately now it's been a week, and I've got no way of making it to the Ferox Enclave to go and find him. I've got no choice. I'm going to have to save up the money to get there myself. I've got to go investigate. I've got to track down my dad. I'm going to stick to what I know and do what I do best. Chop trees until I can sail upstream to the Ferox Enclave. And it all starts here. I took the money I'd saved, bought a brand new iron axe, and I'm ready to chop. I was determined, and before long, I can now chop with a steel axe. This iron axe has served me well, but it's time to upgrade. I couldn't afford a steel axe just yet, but then I remembered, thinking about my dad while chopping. He told me that I can use the logs that I'm chopping, not just selling them back to the store. I can turn them into materials that'll be worth more. Even in his absence, he's helping me out. I'm doing this for you, Dad. I'm going to find you. It worked. Using a knife, I could cut these logs into arrow shafts. I'm going to get enough money to buy that steel axe in no time. The day arrived. I'd saved up all my gold pieces, and I could finally trade up to get a steel axe from our friend Bob. He was worried about my father as well, and was happy to sell me the steel axe. It was then that I discovered that I could not wield the steel axe. I needed to have an attack level of 5. Luckily, the Lumbridge cook has a bit of a rat problem. So I took my trusty bronze sword and I took to killing the rats in the Lumbridge castle walls. How many meals have these little critters ruined for the Lumbridge cook? And it was time to get 5 attack. Through the blood, sweat and tears, I killed rat after rat. I even took out my anger on the giant rats just outside the castle walls. I was once afraid of these things. Look at them, they're disgusting. They make me sick. But not as sick as knowing that my dad is somewhere north, in the Ferox Enclave. I still don't even know what that is. I have to sail up the River Lum to find him. After killing many giant rats and almost eating my entire week's supply of shrimp, I slayed the final rat and hit 5 attack, meaning I could wield steel weaponry. We can now take our steel axe and take it out on the trees. This will speed up my progress towards shaping that large tree across the River Lum into a waka canoe and taking it all the way upstream to the Ferox Enclave. It wasn't long until that axe guided me to 15 woodcutting, meaning I could move on to oak trees. And I even tested its prowess on that large tree across the River Lum, cutting it down and shaping my first canoe. Progress was rapid. I was determined. I needed to get up the river. I needed to see my father. I needed to find him. This was my first time ever leaving Lumbridge, the furthest I'd ever been from home. I shaped that tree into a log and paddled, not knowing where I'd end up. I ended up outside the capital, outside Varrock, just south near the Champions Guild. I was no champion. But I found what I'd been looking for, what I needed right now. A pair of oak trees just for me. Varrock was a scary place. There was a lot going on compared to Lumbridge. I think people could tell that I was afraid. A lovely lady gave me this frog mask so I could hide my identity while I chopped. With my frog mask I could drown out the world around me. Focus on my chopping, and before long I hit 30 wood cutting, meaning I can cut down willow trees. Knowing the position of 2 willow trees along the River Lum, back in my hometown, I could take the canoe downstream and return home. All I had to do was return to Lumbridge, chop willows, and I could finally take that canoe back upstream to find my dad. But what was I going to do when I got there? Was he even there anymore? What if something happened to him? Was he okay? What if he's missing? Fast forward to present day. I'm still here chopping with my steel axe. It's now been 2 weeks and he hasn't come back. My confidence has been growing with every chop. When I get to the Ferox Enclave, whatever that place is, I'm going to ask around. Someone must have seen my dad. I hope he made it there. What if he didn't even make it? Yes, those thoughts have crossed my mind. It's the only place I can start. The Duke of Lumbridge has told me that the Ferox Enclave is actually a gateway to the wilderness, a dangerous place of Gillenor. After a long grind, hard work chopping, I have reached 57 woodcutting and can now make and paddle a waka canoe. We are finally able to paddle all the way up to the Ferox Enclave. Let's go. What will await us here? This place is desolate. This is dark. Even the water here, this looks nothing like the River Lum. Swamp bubbles. There's spear walls to keep something out. I don't want to be journeying out there. I hope my dad didn't. We are here in service of the only one true God. The one true God is Saradomin. Father Arik told me so. Wait, the postman. Do you have any messages from my dad? Have you seen my dad anywhere here? Sister, please tell me you don't support Zamorak as well. Whose sister are you? I'm a sister to the broken and downtrodden. That's me! I'm here looking for my dad. He went out to inspect the site to the west. In the wilderness. The site's in the wilderness? I can't believe he agreed to do this. Thanks for the information. I'll take a look around. I'm going to have to head out to the dig to find my dad. I hope my dad tread carefully. I hope he's okay. Let's check my map. But the dig is to the west. They said I was to avoid the Dark Warriors Fortress and the Bandit Camp. I really hope my dad didn't run into either of those. Instead, he's gone here to the ruins. Other adventurers can attack me out there. And who knows what monsters lie outside. But I have to find my dad. I have to. This is terrifying. This is terrifying. My dad can't be out here. This looks like some ruins. This looks like the ruins here. He must have set up these torches so he could see. At least it's well lit. Is that a large skeleton over there? That's the rib cage of something huge. And the spine of something huge. This must be the dig site. This must be the archaeological dig. There's tiles everywhere too. Maybe he's building himself some shelter. Dad, where are you? I don't see him anywhere. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's my dad! Dad! Dad, it's me! It's Bellock! It's Bellock Jr! No! What are you doing? Dad, no! What? No! What the fuck?